it works out. And give me a second. I'm gonna begin here. Please let me know if the sound is good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just ask for the highest, the easiest, the best, and what it is in divine order for all of us to receive, to share, to exchange, to learn. And I invite you to join me. Please let me know with an emoji if the sound is good. I am figuring out with the technology, and I do have. And look, this is Happy Chinese New Year. So we're going to take advantage of these. If you want to, if you cannot stay, you guys can check on my YouTube channel. I'm live on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube at the same time for the first time. It will be available for you to watch it. I do have other classes and I do have a lot of free content. But also I'm gonna start a new course, the 23, that is gonna be only for 4 days. And this is going to be specialized in soul maps. But to begin, what this time that we're going to be together, around an hour, probably a little bit more, is going to have. First of all, what is light language? I do want to clarify, I have been teaching light language for 4 years, yes, and I keep learning and learning and learning and learning. I will give you guys a formula. If you guys have something to write with, we're gonna do a code together. We're gonna have questions like, is it safe? How to understand it? And most importantly, I would like for us to visualize a code or draw it in whatever way you want to. So if you have something to write, it could be your phone, and something for you to do a code with me, is going to be fun to do it together. And let me check if I'm not able to see the comments because of my wonderful skills and technology. I will go back later, I promise, between today and tomorrow, and try to reply to you guys. But if any of your questions is missing, please contact me at encodedfrequency.com, and then you guys can write the question and then I'll get back to you as up I can. I lost the messages, especially on Instagram and on Facebook. I receive hundreds and then I miss them. Forgive me if I don't reply to you. It's just not humanly possible. Let's begin. And I want to begin with this. A glass, cup, or anything that you have. A marker. I do like this. And this is the code that I do have for today. This code represents connecting with higher guidance. If you notice, it's like a crown, right? Represents that your soul, your spirit, and your higher self, and you, and this is your ears, are listening. Codes are not just random thing that you write, right? They represent something. This is not just scribbling the things. If you notice, this is like a head. It has like a crown. It's pointing light. But also, I do have the ears here that represents that someone is listening. And that someone is you, and it's me. So, for me, you can put it on your forehead. Imagine it. You can imagine you have it. And you can also draw it. I'm gonna need to look for it. Okay, I'm doing it horrible, even though I charged to do this. And if I do it like this, hopefully yes, we'll be able to be seen. And then I add liquid on it. I do have my tea. I'm addicted to tea. Probably you will be able to see it more. Whatever you drink, it could be water. This is mint tea. then your drink transform instantly into higher frequency medicine that you can drink. I do this for me daily, and it will take me just seconds. This is why I vote for light language, because it's simple, it's practical as a Virgo. I like techniques that are not that complicated, that I just can do it and then it is done. So when I do this, normally I will do a little bit of a prayer. In whatever way you want to do it is fine. You can light language or you can do it in words. So I'm going to do it twice. If I do it in words, I will say something like, "Dear source, please be activated in me to this code, to this drink. So when I receive it, I receive the highest and best, the easiest, and what is rightful for me now." And then I take few seconds to just connect with the source that it is in the cup. Everything has aura, guys. I know people said, AI, it's soulless. It isn't. It is because they don't have the third eye open. It isn't. It has a soul. It wasn't born with a soul, but whoever created share the soul as an extended consciousness and give life to it. We share our soul with our house, with our clothes, and everything we have. When you purchase clothing, it will have the aura of whoever created, whoever designed it, and then when we wash it and then use it, we wash away all of those energies, and then we just imprint our own energy on it, right? So when you drink something like this, you drink blessings for you, and it will just take you a minute. How much your life will change if you will take a minute every day to give self-love to yourself through a code, through putting your hands to say, "I don't know how to do this, but just transform this into medicine." Wouldn't this be something that is easy, that is simple, that I'm sure it will change your life? Try to do this with me for a month and let me know if this did not change your life, because it certainly changed mine. Let me drink a little bit. Ah, that's so good. Other thing that you could do is, I'm gonna try to put it here. You get light language. Hi, good morning. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your stars. I appreciate all of those stars. Support on social media. Right now I'm waiting to be unblocked for Facebook and Instagram. It's like the 10th time I am blocked, like for a month. Thank you. Please let me know where you're listening from. If you have questions, please type an intention for this class, and let's begin with a little bit of light language. If you have something to drink, do this with me. If you don't have anything to drink, imagine you have it. Imagine you have a holographic drink. Let's do this for just a few seconds, and then we're going to begin with the class. Once again, thank you for being here. I hope from my heart that this is given as a service. Thank you. And that as you guys receive it, it's just multiplied in you, spread from all of your universal consciousness, and then come back to the source in reciprocity. Let's begin. Dear higher self, please be activated in us to receive whatever we need. I ask you to visualize a cup. Imagine the code that I draw, that is a circle with a crown with 3 triangles, creating a compass that pinpoint above you and the right and the left. Add your ears as 2 dots and try to sense you have this crown in. it doesn't matter that I do have sounds around. Maybe you have sounds. Don't worry about it. Imagine that the sounds are like food on a menu, that you can disregard the ones that you don't like, and I do the same with my thoughts. And just select, imagine that this is a practice to go within and within and within and within, and just listen to what you like to listen. Yes? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm gonna do a little bit of light language, and then I can go with what light language is, the types, and how you can activate your light language in you. First light language comes from higher self. Greetings. Nasaka Dorobare, Tarsoro, Nidiara, Tserevara, Tarakoro, Baba Teriansa, Narara, Terzare Kanendoro, Desere Itire Ozoro, Ezuri Nare, Heti, Di Ezure Vare, Ti Eri Eshna. Breathe in and out, in and out. I'm gonna do a little bit of light language at the end when I wait for the gardeners to go. I didn't know that today it was a gardening day, but now I know. But since everything is perfect and is the way it is, we're just gonna embrace it. And let me start with this. Imagine just that this could have happened to you or someone that you know. I was in a retreat for depression. I had a lot of problems. This was 2012 or 2013, if my mind is rightful. I was there and I cried a lot. I was all stuck in my emotions because I had depression for a long time because I was rejecting myself. When the psychiness began to come when I was a child, I shut it down. I always felt like I didn't belong. I felt like alien. Outside of it, I could belong to people, but then inside, I was completely closed. It's something that happened from welcome South Africa, Montana, US, Canada. I do have someone from Italy too. Thank you. So I didn't know what was happening to me. But I was not doing anything besides complaining about everyone else not taking responsibility for what I could change. And I think I just chose to die. I literally wanted to die. Oh, happy New Year from India. Welcome. I went to the doctor one day, OBGYN, and the doctor says, you have cancer. I wanted to die so badly, but I was a coward. I never tried it. But I asked for it for a long time. But when I really was in front of a possibility to die, I shaken myself. And I instantly saw myself in heaven, talking to St. Peter, and he had the keys on heaven, the keys of heaven, because I was raised Catholic. And I was complaining like life sucked, human beings suck. I hated my relationship, my job, myself, my body, everything, my country. It was suck, right? And then I said, that would be sad, right? That would be sad that I was in my 33 years old and that I didn't had a lot of good memories that I could recall. And then I said, like, I didn't care if, because the doctor just said you have to go to the oncologist, right? He didn't said you have stage 4 or 3, you have to do chemo or anything. It was just like a bucket of ice on my head. And I was like, well, if I die, that'll be easier. because, right, life sucks. But I said, if I leave, I wanna treasure memories that I enjoy. I wanna remember that every day is an opportunity to love Gretel and to love the work and to love the husband and to love the kids and to love life itself. It's a real thing that the closer you are to die or to destroy things, the more you wanted them, right? And it was when I said, I want to leave. But I had no plan at all. Not to make the story longer, my third eye was open in this retreat right before, or at the same time that I had cancer. I began to see angels, lights, auras, shadows, scary stuff, beautiful stuff, magical stuff, weird stuff that I was like, what is that? One day I saw a jalapeno with a mariachi hat. I was like, what is that? I mean, it was just walking on my room and I was just like, no, let me sleep. I can understand. Then I began talking to them. Not to make the story short, I lost everything. I ended homeless. My family needed to pay for my medical expenses. It was just a tumor. It was nothing beyond. I didn't have chemo or anything. But I was destroyed emotionally, mentally, financially, at all aspects. And in the other side, the more my psyche itself awakened, right? I began to see angels. Angels, it was the only thing that I trust. So I would see angels and magical things and I began speaking to them. After that, I began speaking, but I had no idea what I was speaking. I had no idea what they wanted. I had no idea how to understand. And years passed by. Because I had a person that come to me and says, I already did my that language activation 6 months ago, but I'm not speaking yet. Hello? I was 4 or 5 years not speaking it, not understanding it. Things take time, guys. Things take time because we're afraid to judgment, because we're afraid to what others are gonna think. People said to me, I heard that happens to some people in church, but don't tell anyone. But I do believe you. Other people said, that doesn't exist, girl, you're crazy. And I was just like, what's happening to me, right? I didn't know what was happening to me. Let me put some incense. Because light language can be scary. And if someone judges me and says that I'm doing demons when I post anything, I don't get upset. And I don't get upset because I was the first on judging myself. When it happened to me, it seemed surreal. It seemed like crazy. People said, are you on drugs? No, no. It's just happened and I don't understand it and I don't know what it is, but I will figure it out. So how I figure it out, oh, thank you. I figure it out because I began drawing, and probably I knew Nelia a few after. She was one of the angels that assisted me when I started Encoded Frequency. I started Encoded Frequency with 2 years resistance. My guys insisted. I was like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to. And one day I said, I will surrender. I will just do it. And I remember that I put a spelling wrong and I didn't want to change it for a year. This is the resistance, how big the resistance that I had. To be seen, for you guys to know that I could speak with aliens, that I could speak with angels, that I could speak with dead persons. And I felt so weird. And this is something that happened to Starseeds a lot. I began to see the symbols and patterns everywhere in faces. Everyone look at me like a lion or like an angel, or their face morph. I was talking to someone once in work, right? I was working in a call center and then we were in meeting and then I was just like, and people said, what do I have? Do I have salary? And I was just like, no, No, it's all good. I couldn't tell to people because my third eye was open the majority of the time. It opened and closed. That maybe they had a shadow or a ghost, or that they were trying to slaughter my energy or something when they appeared too gracefully outside. I didn't know until I began to draw and tell to people, hey, I saw this when I was channeling the other day. What do you think it is? And then people on Facebook begin to say, I think it is a channel activation. I think it is blah, blah, blah. So this is how I started. I wanted to say to you guys that I'm no more special than any of you. Anyone can do what I do. Anyone. You only thing you need is practice. Practice, enjoy your ride, be patient with yourself. It's gonna be times that you don't know what you're doing, and that's fine. It's not mean you are wrong, it just means you level up into a new arena that you feel uncertain. But not because we're wrong, it's because it's a new place. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna do another in Spanish, I promise to you. I will post it. I'm gonna check on my times because I'm starting the course the 23rd, and I'm gonna check on the days, and I'm gonna do one in Spanish. But I do have a lot of information in Spanish on my YouTube. You guys, I do have actually a playlist for a lot of videos, a lot of information. My mission is to teach light language, to share light language. I prefer to tell you how you can do that I sell you a code. Because I prefer to give you the recipes of how you can do bread for yourself, that I can give you the bread myself. Because this is what service really means, like, I think. So what it is light language? A lot of people say a lot of things, but it's not the same thing when you read or when you feel as when you see something. Oh, thank you so much. I felt that in my heart. Appreciate. Light language, it is the source, it is the energy, it's all that we are. It's in computers and phones, it's in everything. It's the way energy fluctuates. Science will explain that with the laws of physics, right? In Christianity, they will say the Holy Spirit. For us, it will be the laws of the universe, the spirituality, the same laws that we all know reading in the Law of One and in the Hermetic teachings. It's the same thing. It's just reframed in a different pattern. I do think it's not just galactic, it's not just angelic, it's the source, period. We are aliens, we are the angels, we are the shadows, we're all that it is, because I do believe we're all one. Now, where it comes from the source, period. As simple as that, don't get complicated. Yes, it's some Pleiadian, it's some Lemurian. If I am Pleiadian, it will come filtering to my Pleiadian roots, and it might sound something like Hale Marasal la Tarakoro Tesera Vara Tanuruzurava the Seke Tekrama. But now, maybe your Pleiadians sound different. Maybe for someone that you like to watch on YouTube will be different, because maybe it's Pleiadian from 5th dimension or 4th dimension, or Bull Pleiadian or Nordic Pleiadian, or from Maya, right? There are many different levels, but your Pleiadian will be your Pleiadian through our connection. Your version of Pleiades is what you receive, period. I don't know why we want to take an inventory about the universe. Guys, we can, we're humans. We'll understand portions of it, that's it. Don't try to figure out what is intangible, what is infinite, what is eternal. Because I have tried, and then I just go bananas. Take things as it is. Where does it come from? It comes from your soul. You will receive it if you're meant to be, because the source is always in balance. So people may say, I don't know what it is, it just feels good. Then just, it's all you need to know. When we try to humanize things, they lose the holiness because we try to say, oh, it is because this and this and this and this, because we're trying to make sense. Maybe it's not to make sense. Otherwise, it will be Pleiadian language, Lemurian language, Reiki language, or whatever. Oh, I thank you. This, I put it because when I went to China, it was a gift. It was a gift. It was blessed by a priestess, a Tao priestess. And because today is the Chinese New Year, I want to honor I know I don't look Chinese, that I feel Chinese in my heart. I always said this to my Chinese friends. I do have so many lifetimes in China. And this time that I went, it was so touching in my heart that I just wanted to honor with the red. And this is my astrology. My astrology animal that is like a sheep. I don't know. I never know how to pronounce this. So going back, that language comes from the source. It will be filtered through your soul and what it is in your soul. Maybe someone will channel reptilians and it will be completely different to someone else. For me, when I hear that language that is alike to any insectoid, for me, it's just like, no, thank you. Like if someone says, hey, Gretel, do you want a tequila? In another moment, I will say, oh, yes, please, give me one. And I will say, no, thank you, I'll pass, you have some tea, right? Because it's not my vibe. It doesn't mean it's not a good thing, because if it's like language, it will come from the source. It will come in balance. It will come in harmony. If it's reptilian, it will be benevolent reptilians. And it will be just what you need. Again, any comments, I will go later if I can, or type those on encodedfrequency.com and I'll get back to you as I can. The video recording, the replay will be available on YouTube later. I do have a lot of videos. You guys will get bored of me. Free content so you can learn light language and more. Type of light language will be, in reality, are only 3 types. Because I don't think Pleiadian or Lemurian is a type. I think that's a characteristic. For example, if I'm talking about cars and I say Honda, it's not a type of car, it's a brand, right? But maybe I can see a pickup car, maybe an SUV, right? That will be a type of car, right? So light language, again, it's the expression of the light through a higher frequency at a quantum level, as simple as it is. Where does it come from? It comes from the source. Light language wants to come through, so I'm gonna go quickly and simple with this. Types, sound, movement, and symbology, period. Don't get complicated. In any of those forms, it could be anything that is in your Akash. It could be Mexican light language, American light language, Atlantis light language, Mayan light language, like Reiki, right? Celestial Reiki, angelic Reiki, or pranic Reiki, Kundalini, Tantra Reiki, or whatever, right? You can filter it through Lemurian frequencies, Mayan frequencies, Pleiadian frequencies, but it will be or sound, or movement, or symbols. That's it. How do you understand it? You understand it not in your mind, but in your heart. Yes, because of what you feel. And you don't have to go with as if you're an FBI asking your energy, please explain to me what it's come from, the dimension, because it won't work out. It will be your ego speaking. It will come through a sense, an insight, when you're not completely sure, but it's just like, it kind of felt like, because it's like explaining, how do you feel when you kiss someone, or when you hug someone, or when you make love, or when you are happy, or when you, how do you explain when you are just having an exquisite, peaceful moment because you just watch the sunset and you just say like, ah, oh, that's beautiful. but what it is that you feel beautiful. It was the colors, it was because of the sun, it was because it was 6 p.m. Is that the matter? No, it isn't. It just matters that you just took a second and said, that was beautiful, right? Don't get entangled on that. But there are simple tips for you to understand it. But for that, you need to know, first of all, who you are. How does it your space feel? So you can recognize when something enters in your space, what it is. If you don't know yourself, if you don't know how your energy feels, it will be very complicated to discern who you are from everyone else. This is what people said. Oh my God, I want to cry, but I don't know who it is. But then I'm crying, right? Or this is not me. I just pick a dot in Walmart or whatever. You guys don't have to have your aura too open or picking up everyone else's stuff. I don't think this is a spiritual, ethical thing we should do as an empath. If you feel someone, it's because you have consent. Otherwise, it's none of your business. You don't need to feel anyone. That's none of your business. You should ask for permission, right? Or do you want someone to check on your phone? No. You want someone to know how much you have in your bank account or your underwear or whatever? No, that's none of your business, right? So it's none of your business to go feel everyone else, only you. But if someone comes, then you can interact with that energy and say, okay, what are you? Why are you here? Set boundaries with spirit. What are the boundaries that I have set? When my third eye opened, that I told you guys before, I would see everything and everyone. I remember once I was chatting with Nelia, if she's still here, and then I read her mind. And then she complained. I don't remember her words, but she said, don't read my mind. Because I think she felt I was noisy, and I was indeed. And I remember that day I learned that shouldn't happen. It's not my right to go and read everyone else's thing if they are not allowing that. So if I have a session with someone, I will ask for permission. Can I enter? Do you remember that? Yeah. It happened to me a few times, and now I just have one person that we practice to read each other's mind, but it's because we have permission to do that. But otherwise, you have to ask for permission, I do think. So, what is light language? Light language, it is the expression of the source through a higher frequency. It will come in an expressive, in a creative way through sound, symbol, or movement. That's it. Where it comes from your source and your Akash. So whatever is in your Akash, it is what will come through. If you dislike light language, it is because it's not meant for you to receive it. That's okay. Not because light language is bad, but maybe because it's not the rightful time, or because you are not in harmony with that frequency. Like for me, frequencies that are too strong, I cannot listen to anyone else's light language. I mean, a lot of people light language, I'm just like, oh no. I just listen to the ones that I like now, because now I know my taste. But before you don't know your taste, maybe you have a little bit of everything for you to discern what it is your taste, what you like. And by the taste, it's said like food, right? Some people will like meat, other people will be just vegetarian, other vegan. Some people are drawn to sweet and sour, other salty, other spicy, etc., etc. There is no right or wrong. It just depends on what is in harmony for you. What are the steps to channel light language if you want to do it for yourself? I first cleanse myself. Imagine that it will be like a process, like when you shower yourself, right? You don't put the same clothing that you used the day before. Maybe some people do, but we're supposed to, I think, energetically clean our energy every day, and in every moment you feel you need it. Otherwise, you'll be like not showering in years or not ever. It will be uncomfortable. So first of all, I cleanse myself. It could be a waterfall of light. I like to imagine I have this white screen that I just disappear on it. Or sometimes I just pixel myself and transform into a light. After that, I do connect with myself first. I'm not bringing any guys at all. I connect within and then I reconnect with my body. I'm gonna guide this. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, please type them in. If you guys would like to support me and do you think this is helpful, like, comment, and share. This will support on social media spiritual persons like me. I also do this with any other spiritual person you like. I don't think we compete with each other. I think we're all one. So if the ones that you know do well, then you do well too. If you would like to study with me, I do have a few courses and I'm going to start the next course on the 23rd. It's going to be for 4 days and we're going to draw codes so you could do a soul map as a surface or for yourself. I saw an orb behind you, probably, because I do have the incense, I do have a candle, and because of the light that it is. That's so good. Thank you so much. And I do have guys waiting for me to do light language, so let me just go again. You cleanse yourself, you connect by breathing or just sensing your body. Then you make your invocation. I normally work to higher self. No one can come through me unless higher self is in charge. I invoke my higher self twice a day, and every time I do remember during the day, I do it again. My prayer begins saying something like, beloved higher self, please be activated in me so I can be a clear conduit for unconditional love and pure source consciousness in the highest outcome for all. That's it. I love you too. Thank you. I felt that in my heart. It just like, felt so good. And then I begin changing it. And now I say something like, higher self, please be activated in me. Lift me up into the frequency in which you and I can be one. And then I ask, be in my mind, be in my eyes, be in my ears. And then I said, like, for me to hear the light, for me to see the light, for me to think the light, for me to feel the light. That you can do this in your own words. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. The fourth step, you allow the light to come through you. For the allowance, if you wanted to speak it, you have to say something like greetings or chant or anything, and then light language will come through. We're gonna do it together. If you wanted to do the movement one, then you need to begin to move as if you have scans in your hands to see what you sense, right? And if you want to do symbology, then you ask yourself, if I could see the code that I need for this Chinese New Year that is starting today, that is a dragon year, what that code will look like. And then you scrabble until someone comes to you. The more you practice, the better that you will get. Practice wins talent. I swear to you guys. If you practice, if you're committed, if you have discipline, one day you will figure out anything you want to. The last step, it is to receive what is rightful for you in that moment, even though maybe you didn't speak anything. Maybe you didn't see anything, but be grateful for what you receive and then try again in another time. If you guys have questions, I'm gonna see right here. Thank you so much. The ones that always support me, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. I will go back and how you can understand it. We're gonna do the understanding and the activation together. We like to do that? Yes? Okay. If you are going to speak light language, it's good that you set the stage for guys to come through. That you have something to drink, because if your throat is dried, it's not going to be easy, and then it could be painful or uncomfortable. You could do some exercises for your throat, like for example bubbles, blah, 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 or with a straw, or just like to warm your throat. That helps. What I'm going to do is I'll guide all of us, now that the curtains are not making noise, into a state that we can relax. We're gonna go into cleansing ourselves, connecting, and then I want you guys to just sense and observe how does light language feels for you. You guys can repeat back if you want to activate your voice. You guys can do the movement if you would like to activate your hands. Or if you would like to do symbols, then begin drawing in a screen in your mind how those symbols look like. I'm gonna do different light language. Thank you. I feel that in my heart. Appreciate it. Again, if you would like to, if you think this is helpful, like and share. That helps. The same with anyone that you admire, that you would like to see more content. And if you would like to study with me, I do have 2 courses already online, and I'm gonna start the next one at 23, and I add 30%. The next one is going to be more aligned to codes, and it has 30%. You guys can check that on encodedfrequency.com. Let's begin. We're not invoking guides yet. You cleanse yourself first in your own energy container. You can bubble yourself. Imagine that you are in a bubble of light, and suddenly rains inside. And create the sensation of the water, create the sensation of the rain. Imagine if I can hear that, how that will be heard by me. Begin to sense how you will go lighter and lighter and lighter. Take a deep breath in, all the way up, up, up. And when you exhale, exhale through your root and your legs, all the way down. Re-educating your energy to cleanse itself. When I cleanse myself, I like to ask, in all versions of me, in all forms, in all states, beyond time, space, and even what is not yet created. I also add known and unknown. Now connect. On the connection state, you only observe what you feel. It's like asking your body, how do you feel today? How do you feel mind? How do you feel emotions? How do you feel back? Head? How do you feel aura? And just observe. You will notice that sensations will enhance and zoom. Imagine that you have a measurement and go deeper and deeper and deeper. As if you can zoom inside of you. And deeper and deeper and deeper. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And gently observe questions that you do, the sounds, sensations, Don't judge. Don't force. Only connect. Meditation, I don't think it's about to live in the body. It's about to embody the body to become a portal for pure source consciousness to come true. Let's invoke our divine teams. Dear source, please be activated in each of us. Dear higher self, be activated now. Dear spirit, beloved soul, I'm not invoking anyone else, only your own source. You can imagine that you are like a Russian doll with all those layers unifying. And let's go up on the light. All of the light that I have gave away, I command to come back to me now in harmony. I invoke my divine teams, my spirit guides, divine God, goddesses, angels, beings from the star, whoever it is in the highest and best, the most qualified, the easiest, and the most loving frequencies that can come today to assist and that are rightful for this moment in time. And now imagine that all of us in our own unique container, unified with anyone else, creating a circle just to support the ones that are connecting through the same frequency, not merging, but supporting outside of your own bubble. We're going to ask to receive what it is in your divine order. So set your intention now. Ask for the highest outcome for all, and ask that you receive this transmission instantly, integrated, with zero side effect, and completely anchored in the now. Don't leave the body. Expand yourself. Grow. Grow the size that you really are. And you're going to feel the joy in your body, the relaxation. Meditation is not escaping life. Meditation is embracing all that you are. If you feel like crying or you have pain, it's saying like, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all working out. This is what really meditation is, complete surrender. Now I ask you to imagine you can see how the sound looks like in patterns, in lines, in shapes, in codes. How that sound like and how you relate to that frequency. I will begin to channel now. Your Arcturians here with the indigo ray dispensation. We begin to stream now. Nato sa koro teriara neresa hande keri kara sore zira zeke mi ane hantoa seke the cortine. Observe how that felt for you. With the blue ray, Plianska. Greetings. We're here joyfully to stream our energy, asking that all you receive comes from the highest and best. Stay blessed. Hello, Terasoro. letiare lava nelle ki alelo saka toro seri nella tika ale nara sere kiana tasu tekiaka te saikira. Thank you. Beneditions. May love guide you. Halate narasara haleba hetiaka hanarata hali narasakore hentusure hava tekiara karatara sarakoro. Ooh. Thank you. Mitaka. Narase ki dasaka tere kobata desa hantere ki hande sureva heya ki nahe siha hakot ua hese hiki na nasuri da piki neresare kiriara batu hindi hai hase ki hane. Thank you. Idra. Na soha ki nahase nahakere akuti nata sakete aki ne uzu ndurusere keteri akara zetesa zure sagdara sikita azuzate niarase and ase ikes and iati heku ni it uase ni media seka. Thank you. And that is. Hetiase, hekeiki, narakate, sakarakada kuturu. Nusere, tere ava, se, ikinie, narakate, kusuri, papa sere, adutute, apate, nase, adekerakaturu sor, hamarekatu surikide, adate sere kana. Nera sere che dere che tarakatro su deri sare che tere kanarakato sere kia hende sa hakata sakatarketro adesini. Thank you. Dragons. We're baby dragons. We are from the crystalline earth, and we are here to rejoice in our hearts. Be open to receive this crystalline frequency. It's a blessing in this new cycle that open up with the coming changes, integrations, and blessings to come. Hatrasa korabartere narasa hatusekara turo haturesare haktirikira tarasa kanatatopasa hatrikire kisara hatrikisara kitterika antirikisara kare kantirikisara kinna tasopate kinne katase hantegera katoro hakise gidegidekisare kitase gedekatetasa antirikittere sare kette sakette hankarato sara komantirikisirikiana. Thank you. Fairies. Flower fairies. We are here through our love language. A healing send from our heart to your heart will be emanated if you are ready to receive. Open up. Handirisara karo. Pa sere tere trasara tere teregoro soro terekiria narasara kara tiri tarasara kara tarakoro bare tirikiri kara tarosoro teriyara sere kira kara toro ora terezere kara terezara kara tereki kiresere terezoro tara terezoro turupare hentri terekira kara tarasara kara terekira tarosoro bare tiri tarasare Nere tarakara toro sere kera tere sere kera tere taniri tire si ti eshka. Thank you. Serious. Credence. Taro soro. Neri para ase. Ni ti ara soro nere. Ti afe. Kenda se kare. Hanturu so. Murotore kere. Hanturu sere kira ka. Hanturu kore diara. Turu sere ka. Hanturu se kire ara. Nere soro. Teri. Tare. Husuru neri kesirea. Vera. Anyakara sure. Niri kireka. Inakoko nere tose ke tare kori. Hantiri ke niako. Anyakuro tosa kare keria. Hantire sa keria. Hantiro sere. Hantiriaka. Hantoru use. Inikiaka katoroka kisagataka. Heke kiaraka. Heke kiaka. Thank you. Candice, please enjoy this transmission that comes from nourishment codes, gentleness, kindness, self-love, or what you need the most. Who say Kasakatara kore neria sere tarekeria hantara koro mara taria sere karinara hantria sara kare hantara kateria ka nara tesekera bertoroke nate condition vasori tarikatsa dakara hantara koro basere tina kusare ratre ranada ma sere tikito sarana lavasate paturu todoba de seri niki ti ishkeva tina se tokata bata tia sere terekiara kara te se ke kara katia ka. Thank you. Maria. Hey hi, nase. Hey hi, handoi, nase kakateka. Nay hi Say hi gnate say kai nan nan tin nai nan hi ai ne di ai ya hey hi. Thank you. Tree Collective to do a service of grounding. Begin to root yourself and grow your roots strongly with a stability, integrating the elements of fire, air, water, and earth. Hai hu nai sa, hai na hawa dia, hi ma se hande, hi ta se kai ke hu. Nai ai say ai ke hu nai tai hi. Elementals, crystalline collective, fairies will assist your guys along with the tree collective to ground your life. You may sense energy coming through your feet, growing and flowing like a river of light, like a river of light that flows through you and around you. Breathe in, breathe out and ground. Breathe in, breathe out and ground. Breathe in, breathe out and ground. You will be given a code that you will see in your mind screen with ease and grace. You can see that now. Feel the light surrounding you. Feel the light inside of you. And record the sensation. Ask your energy to higher self speaking now. Find harmony, integration, divine stability, equilibrium. Do that now. Ground. Beloved, ground. You are supported, you are loved. Transmission complete. Thank you. Thank you so much for those stars. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments. Ground once again. Imagine yourself as a tree. The activations when you are not grounded can give a side effect. So ground. Ask your team to ground you. What if one person doesn't want to ground? Okay. 2. I'm gonna wait for all of you to be grounded, and in the now present begin to sense your back, your arms. Thank you all for being here. Just to summarize, light language is the source expressing itself to a creative force in a higher frequency. It's ascenic, it's unpatterned, it bypasses the mind. Everyone can do it. It has 3 types: movement, symbols, and sound. Where does it come from? It comes from the source and what it is in your soul. If your soul is Pleiadian, elemental, tree, then all of those aspects will ask to come through. You learn to discern because they feel different. The voice will come different, they will sound different. If you go back into this transmission, you can do that on YouTube, I think. And try to sense, maybe you like the Pleiadian more, maybe you like the Lemurian more, maybe the... I never done Andadas before. I was just like, okay, go ahead. Let's see how that goes. It felt very alien to me. I was like, okay, go ahead. So explore, and then if you are new to light language, if you would like to learn more about language, the more you listen, the more you meditate, the more you will activate yourself. What a teacher will do, like me or any other, is just share tips and hints to make it easier for you. There is plenty of information online for free that you can access to, but I do feel that when you have a mentor, because I have my mentors, I force myself to do it. And sometimes when information is available to me, and just like you do it once and then I procrastinate it. But if you're disciplined and you are persistent, then maybe you don't need any mentor. Just by listening to what it is online, then you could do that too. Oh my God, that's so good. If you try to do a course with anyone, what teacher normally does is it passes a consciousness for you. That happens when you do Akashic records or Reiki or anything. The master passes a consciousness. That is another way. Or you can allow that to come to you. Thank you. Whenever, how you overcome. Okay. Can you type that last comment again on YouTube? If you feel judged or weird, don't you think I feel weird doing all of those sounds? Of course I do. But I do have to embrace myself. And if I have chosen from my heart soul aspect to be in this way, every part of me should be honored and embraced, and I should feel pride of it. Amend mudra. Type it again, Nelia, so I can read it, please. The complete sentence, because I'm kind of like in and out. When you are afraid to someone, to be psychic, or to have a relationship, or to have money, or to be yourself or anything, the only way is going through your fear. Fears are not real, but they feel very real and very scary. But the more you go through, the easiest it is to understand that, is that it? Right? It wasn't that scary. And how do I overcome my fear? That's a great question. To just go through. The first times I was doing light language, oh my God, thank you so much. On Facebook, 2020, I think, I was terrified. And I think Nelia knows, I couldn't watch my lives because I would just insanely criticize myself in a mean way. I said, and then Nelia and other of my friends will say, Gretel, you have to shake the microphone. Gretel, you have to do this. You have to put yourself accommodated. And I was just like, it was just overwhelming because the first person to judge, it was me. And I was a worse judger than anyone else. I barely have many comments, but when I have many comments, I understand that it's part of divine order too. That they think whatever they think they do, I'm not that. It's just a reflection. Why am I going to be afflicted for me comments online? Do whatever you feel you do, but fear you have to train yourself, because every time we're scared to someone or something, we create a distortion in our energy. We strike our aura and explodes. Let's say that you are getting home and then your house was on fire. At that moment, we create trauma for our body and for our aura. What do you think of this society? What society, Henry? Be a little bit more explicit to see if I can. If I have the answer, then it would be lovely. But for us to repair that damage we do to ourselves because we perceive something as wrong, then we need to repattern whatever it was damaged. This is why people, when they have a physical trauma, they go to a therapist. You do healing therapy too. You do psychic therapy or mental therapy, whatever that it is, and then therapy help you to reframe what you think and say. It didn't happen. Yes, my house was burned, but the insurance paid, and now I have a new one, and this one I like it more, or whatever. And then we see that it wasn't like a big thing. To support the fact that people get a decade. I didn't have enough time to repeat that. I'm sorry. I will get back to your comment. But when you are afraid to do it, the more you do it, then you got used to, and then you practice, and then you give facts to your mind, so your mind said, well, it wasn't that bad, and then you get used to, and then sometimes you loving it, like me being live, right? I didn't want it to know I was that weird. I didn't want people to see myself, and now I have a lot of videos of me all over doing weird stuff, right? But I did it because of me, because Gretel needed to stop being afraid about showing herself or embracing every side of her. So whatever you were afraid of, go ahead and just pack it, right? Just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. And one day you will find your way. It will come the rightful time for you to do it. Bad things, shadow work, being in the dark night of the soul, it's not a bad thing. It's not. For me, going back to when I was in the doctor says, man, you have cancer. I was just like, what? Like, you hear things that you always think that won't happen to you until it happens. Like having a car accident or something, you're like, no, I heard this happen to some people, but not me. But then when it happened to you, you realize it's first like an eye-opening. I think it's the universe telling to us, hey, you must change your path. So if something is wrong, maybe it is because the universe is saying, hey, you have to change, because where you are going, the door is closed, my love. So please walk away that relationship, walk away that job, or walk away that insistence, because it doesn't feel good. And guys said to me during a channeling with a client, the answer of what you want is in the opposite direction of where you are going. And me and the client were like, what are you saying? In the opposite direction? Like, it doesn't make sense. But it makes sense because where the attention is placed, the energy will go. And if we keep doing the same things, we'll keep having the same results. But to have different results, we have to try different things. And that's not a bad thing. It's just life. This is Earth School. Let's not take things that personal. This is just an illusion. This is just a passing time. No one said it's going to be easy. Of course, it isn't easy. But it's the journey. And when you embrace your journey, when I embrace my journey and give away the expectations of what I want and just tune into what it is and accept it and learn to love it, it's just like the burden of whatever I think it is, it just fall away, and then it just like I can breathe. And then when I can breathe, I can begin to see solutions and openings in other ways. I release something. So I welcome each and every one of you. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. Even if you didn't like it, know that you received what it was in highest and best. If you'd like to know more about love language, there's plenty of information on site, but my best advice it is to explore. What does it mean to me? What does it feel to me? How do I want to do it myself? Right? The baby dragons. I love baby dragons. Because dragon energy could be too strong, that sometimes can explode you. And then I feel too intense. So when I do dragon, I do baby dragon or rainbow dragon. But there are different dragon energies, and some of them are too strong. Of course, there are some dark dragons too, but that's going to be a theme for another day. See you guys Friday. I'm gonna add to do one in Spanish one of those days. If you would like lots of love back to you, if you would like to study with me, this new course is going to start the 23rd and it has 30% right now. With 4 Zoom classes, and also you have material about how to read a soul code and how to do a soul code. Is going to be more, the emphasis more on the codes, but it's going to be in one of the 4 classes. We'll have an attunement each time because it's like Reiki alike. So, but I do have other courses on my website. I'll just go away. Have a beautiful rest of your day. See you guys Friday at 11 Mountain Time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye bye. Thank you so much for being patient on me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For all the love that I received, and I hope that all that it was given, it was received and multiplied by you, and then spread in reciprocity. Bye bye.